Welcome to NACTV Reads the News. My name is Linda Dick, and I'm one of the many volunteers that help create programming for our station. NACTV can be seen on MTS Channel 30 or 1030, Westman Cable Channel 117, Bell Satellite Channel 592, or online at nactv.tv. These programs are made possible by our volunteers, staff, advertisers, as well as donations made by you, the viewers. If you are enjoying your NACTV experience, please consider supporting us by either a donation or by volunteering. You can contact our office at 204-476-2639 or at nactv@wcgwave.ca. And this is the Neepawa banner and press for Friday, November 26, 2021. Enjoying the winter weather. The Langford Neepawa Winter Park was able to open last week thanks to the recent snowfall. Skiers of all ages from all over Westman, even Brandon, have been out to enjoy the trails already. The Langford Neepawa Winter Park appeared magical after the recent heavy snowfall. The trails and toboggan area are packed ready for a wonderful winter of outdoor fun. The Youth Ski Club has over 30 people signed up with all the spots now taken. There are several new features at the Winter Park this season. An additional picnic table is at the cabin due to the support of our local co-op. 2 new pieces of trail art are up, so come and see them. 2 packed walking trails are now available. They are accessible only from the southeast corner of the Winter Park. Drive south on Road 2 West. Short-term rentals of snowshoes and cross-country skis are available. Contact neepski@gmail.com. Skate skiing is growing in popularity. So on Saturday, November 27th at 10:30 a.m., a ski clinic will introduce beginners and help others refine their skills. The event is free, but please register at neepski@gmail.com. And that was submitted by Muriel Gammy. COVID-19 numbers confirmed at Country Meadows by the banner staff. There have been multiple updates regarding cases of COVID-19 in Neepawa. On Monday, November 22nd, the province's COVID-19 bulletin confirmed 5 new facilities have been moved to critical, red, level on the pandemic response system. 2 of those facilities were local, as outbreaks were declared at Country Meadows Personal Care Home in Neepawa and Village View Lodge Assisted Living in Plumas. The banner and press has received confirmation from Prairie Mountain Health on the exact number of cases within Country Meadows. An RHA representative indicated that as of Monday, November 22nd, there were 2 positive cases confirmed, with 1 of those already recovered. On the provincial website, 1 case was reported as being a staff member. The recovered case was not listed. For the time being, Country Meadows will allow no admissions, congregate meals, or group activities inside the personal care home. Some resident wings also remain under quarantine. The RHA spokesperson said, "Staff have done a tremendous job at monitoring and being extra cautious at the personal care home since the Neepawa acute care outbreak was declared. Precautions were implemented as if Country Meadows was in outbreak for the protection of everyone on November 7th. However, we did officially declare an outbreak on November 19th. There have been daily incident command team meetings with PMH leadership on sites every day to support the staff. The team at Country Meadows is to be commended on their work and dedication. An update regarding the numbers at Valley View Lodge in Plumas, which is under Southern Health, Sante Sud jurisdiction, are not yet confirmed. And the Neepawa Health Center. There was one other notable update from the province related to Neepawa, as the number of active COVID-19 cases at the health center has now dropped to 4. There were 26 total previously confirmed, with 22 of those listed as recovered as of November 23rd. There have been no reported deaths due to the situation at the health center. The RHA spokesperson noted to the Banner and Press the hospital continued to restrict general admissions, surgeries, or maternity services. The representative also commended the staff at the health center for their tireless work and dedication. Trina Slate, the regional lead acute care and chief nursing officer, provided some new information to the Banner and Press. She stated that currently the estimated date for surgeries and other services to resume on site has been slated for November 29th. That will, of course, depend on the status of the COVID-19 outbreak, which is monitored on a daily basis. As such, services are subject to change. The shared health lab services on site have remained open throughout. Designated physicians. As for the doctors, there were designated physicians who took turns managing the group of COVID-19 patients on site each day so that they didn't have to go back and forth to the clinic. By Evan Devereaux, modular housing development could be a game changer for Neepawa. It has the potential to be one of the most significant additions to Neepawa's housing market in decades. As reported in the November 19th edition of the Banner and Press, the town of Neepawa will be negotiating with Crescent Creek Estates to set forth in writing the terms and conditions for this major development near the water tower. Once all criteria has been established, the 40 acres of land located just west of Highway Number 5 North could potentially consist of up to 144 individual lots where modular built homes could be installed. A modular home is a house that's partially constructed in a factory and then shipped to the lot, where it's placed on a permanent foundation. The homes would be at least 1,000 square feet in size, in full accordance with the Town of Neepawa zoning bylaw, as administered by the Neepawa Area Planning District. On Tuesday, November 16th, Council gave second reading to amend the zoning bylaw for the proposal. However, before third reading is passed, the town and Crescent Creek must come to an agreement on what would be required by both sides. Under the authority of the Planning Act, a municipality is given opportunities to impose conditions for development. In this particular instance, the style of development will not involve a housing subdivision in the traditional sense. As a result, the only opportunity to set forth the terms of development will be prior to the third reading of the zoning bylaw amendment. Unlike the development of the CN property, which proceeded through a process of subdivision, this property will remain as one parcel under the care and control of the owner, in this case, Crescent Creek Estates. Therefore, all requirements for the paying of property taxes on an annual basis to the town of Neepawa would be handled direct by Crescent Creek, who would collect them from their homeowners. As well, the construction and ongoing maintenance of the roads within the development would be the responsibility of Crescent Creek. Among other things, the town will negotiate with the developer the cost of installing the utilities to property line, with the developer responsible for installing the services within the development to the town's specifications. Access roads will be designed to meet community needs and align with existing infrastructure in a fashion that will not compromise safety or pose concerns for adjacent provincial roads. Colleen, I'm going to get this wrong, Sinshin, the Chief Administrative Officer for the town of Neepawa, explained to the Banner and press why all of these negotiations must be looked after now before third reading of the zoning bylaw. We have an opportunity to ask for several things under Section 150 of the Planning Act. There are certain periods of time in a development where you can, as a municipality, ask for certain criteria to be met to make sure that services are installed and development costs are being paid for. We have to get all of our requests in place right now in a development agreement to make sure that as the development of the parcel proceeds, other property owners and residents of Neepawa are not burdened with subsidizing development. Neepawa Mayor Blake McCutcheon said there are still several discussions that are needed to ensure both sides are happy with the deal. He remained optimistic, however, that this could be mutually beneficial. That's significant. It's a significant development, and the town is really excited that Crescent Creek Estates is interested in doing this, McCutcheon indicated. This could be a great opportunity for so many retirees and new families. Currently, there is no set timeline for third reading of the bylaw to take place. If the proposal from Crescent Creek does receive full approval, it would be a 4-phase project with a start time of late spring or early summer in 2022. The sale and overall attitude towards modular homes has grown in positive ways over the past few years across Manitoba, as this style of housing is seen as an affordable option for budget-conscious homebuyers and retirees looking to downsize. Rotary Club donates to the Margaret Lawrence home. Rotary President Wayne Jacobson recently presented a check for $500 to Blair Chapman, President of the Margaret Lawrence home. These funds will be used to help cover the costs of replacing the home's roof. A total of $16,000 of their goal has been raised, with another $24,000 still needed. Chapman offers his thanks to all those who have donated. However, donations are still greatly appreciated and can be accepted by mail to Box 2009 in Neepawa. A return address must be provided to receive a charitable donation receipt. Christmas movies to be featured at the Roxy Theatre in Neepawa by Kira Patterson. The Roxy Theatre in Neepawa is getting in the holiday spirit this weekend. Their regular showtimes on Friday and Saturday will be 2 different Christmas movies, and a third holiday film will grace the screen for a free matinee on Saturday. The 2 movies the Roxy will be showing at the regular 7:30 p.m. showtimes will be Elf on Friday and A Christmas Story on Saturday. The theater's regular admission costs will apply at those shows. We're trying to do something a little bit different to support what the Chamber is doing this weekend, shared Neepawa Theatre Center Board Chair Kate Jackman Atkinson. She noted that it's always tough to bring in new movies during the holiday season, as they start to run out of the summer releases, and the Christmas time releases don't come available for short-term bookings until later. She added that Warner Brothers Studios does a holiday promotion where they have a handful of Christmas movies to choose from, and the theater can get 2 movies for the same price as what they'd normally pay for one. Without the Santa parade, we thought that having 2 options for people to see might make it a really fun weekend, Jackman Atkinson stated. Being able to bring these festive classics to the theater will be something that the community will be able to enjoy. The third movie of the weekend is a free matinee through the Neepawa Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Kinley Thompson Chartered Accountants. The movie the Chamber will be running is the 2018 animated film, The Grinch. That will take place at 2 p.m. on Saturday, November 27th at the Roxy Theatre. Neepawa Theatre Center won't have any regular showings at the Roxy in December, as the volunteers will be busy with the holiday season. However, one more free Christmas movie, The Polar Express, will be featured at the Roxy on December 12th, courtesy of Taylor Law Office. And submitted by Kaleidoscope Concerts, Kaleidoscope is bringing Kendra Kay to Neepawa. Canada's country girl, Kendra Kay, is in concert at the Neepawa Roxy on December 7th. She hails from Elkhorn, Manitoba, and is a 3-time Female Artist of the Year. Kendra is known for her powerhouse vocals, down-to-earth personality, and high-energy shows. She has firmly established herself as an artist in the Canadian country music scene. Her latest single, Steady, is a modern take on the traditional country sound, written by a stellar group of female songwriters. Recent music also includes her sophomore EP, More to Me, co-produced by country star Terry Clark. It's Kaleidoscope's second concert of the season, and the show starts at 7:30. Come early for the best seats. Remember to bring your immunization cards, be symptom-free, and masks must be worn. Tickets are available at the door. Advanced tickets are available at Arts Forward. We are grateful for our series sponsors, Rob Smith & Son, Backhoe and Trucking. Thank you also to Stride Credit Union, this concert's sponsor. Don't miss out on this amazing concert. Has a Solution Always Been There? Right in the Center by Ken Waddell. There has been a lot of discussion, but not enough, about the value of vitamin D to fend off disease. Vitamin D has been closely related to the COVID-19 issue. Studies seem to show that the higher the vitamin D level in a person's body, the less chance of getting C19, less chance of getting really sick from it, and less chance of dying from it. This week, a reader offered his opinion as to why vitamin D doesn't get the recognition it should have. He suggested it is because healthcare doesn't cover it. He feels vitamin D levels are tested relatively simply, and it should be done more often. The reader went on to say, I would venture to say that many of the deaths from COVID, especially in seniors' homes, were caused by dehydration and low vitamin D levels. He further asked, what can we do as individuals to get the health system to check the present research out and or do some group testing to see where the vitamin D readings are in certain groups of society. He said he asked many people what their vitamin D levels are. The answer usually is, I don't know. He takes thousands of units of vitamin D per day. The reader explained, no two people absorb vitamins the same. In my own case, I was taking 7,000 IU per day for over a year. When tested, I came at a reading of 89. The minimum is 75. I changed products, and 3 to 4 months later, the reading is now 113. My natural doctor wants to see it at 130 to 150. An ordinary doctor says 89 is good enough. As written in this space a few months ago, I have a condition called myasthenia gravis, or MG. Vitamin D supplements are recommended for treating MG. I take in about 4,000 units per day of vitamin D. I have no real way of knowing if it is working, as I am not about to stop taking vitamin D, nor the prescribed medications, to find out. I am on 4 drugs, and my specialist says stay on them. Seeing as I have yet to meet one of his patients who doesn't think he's doing a good job, why should I second guess him on the medications? Besides, he said I should take vitamin D. With all the C-19 deaths in the care homes, it should be obvious that a lack of vitamin D could be a big part of the problem. We get vitamin D from milk and from sunshine. Think about it. How much milk or sunshine does a person get in a care home? Not much. Your body can't make vitamin D if you're sitting indoors by a sunny window, because ultraviolet B, UVB rays, the ones your body needs to make vitamin D, can't get through the glass. It has to be real and direct sunshine. Instead of dwelling on the COVID-19 virus and its effects, maybe we should be concentrating on the solution. The government has been having 2 to 3 news conferences a week for 20 months now, and never once has preventative measures or remedies been talked about. Yeah, we get it. Wash your hands, socially distance, and all that. But what about diet, exercise, medications? Silence mostly. Doctors tell me you can only treat COVID-19 symptoms. What they aren't talking about is prevention. Combined low food intake and therefore low nutrition, low vitamin D intake, dehydration, and outright loneliness, and I'm willing to bet we killed off hundreds of seniors before their time. And now from Rita Friesen, Homebodies, entitled Deep Searching. A question. Well, a series of questions have been following me around this week. My theory is that if I have this question, others will have it as well. And fair warning, I feel a preach coming on, to and for myself, and perhaps applicable to some of you. So here goes. Are there times when we, or I, look for an excuse to leave a place or a gathering rather than face some difficult and challenging questions the place or people evoke in and for us, or me? When I become distracted from the purpose of the organization, faith or social, though for me it is faith, by the actions or words of others, am I willing to step away rather than self-examine? I have seen individuals I care about and for do that. When challenged to practice forgiveness or acceptance or even tolerance beyond their comfort zone, it is easy to step away or down. Do any of us grow when this occurs? I classify myself as faith-filled. I did have to admit to a new acquaintance that, at times, my mouth has not quite received and processed the message. My image of the divine, my God, creator, sustainer, provider, whichever word works best for you, is that of a cherished friend, a confidant, advisor, and sometimes a beloved foreparent, on whose lap I can freely sit, running my fingers through his or her hair while whispering secrets. We have tea parties and long rambles through creation, sharing laughter and tears while preparing my heart for teachings and corrections. My understanding of the tenets of the faith I cherish is that I am not to judge, for errors in living, called sin by others, has no rating chart. In the list of don'ts are gluttony and greed and slothfulness, right up there with murder and lying and cheating and stealing. Oh, the court of civil law differentiates, but as far as breaking the code for faith-filled living, there is no scale of 1 to 10. Sadly, some errors in living are open and visible, and others secret and invisible to others. But they are still all errors in living, or sins. So this is one of my questions. How can I so freely accept God's grace and forgiveness for all my transgressions and not accept that this same love and grace has covered others who have sought it? How can I, in righteous indignation, perceived, flounce away from others who are also loved and forgiven? I have a long personal story for this point, too lengthy for this column, but real life. And then there is the deep, perhaps deeper question. How is it that I freely forgive and yet require boundaries in relationships? I live this one daily. Again, another long, true story. There are times in my experience that it is wiser to refrain from association rather than to continue to build walls and defenses and not be true to myself. We are at the first Sunday of Advent in our church calendars. This message should be one of hope and cheer. Underneath it all, it is. It is the undying, underlying grace of the divine, my God, that provides the strength and courage to look inward, examine the source of my deep reactions, and choose to work towards wholeness of self and the world. And I will continue on with the Traveler's Prayer, Faithfully Yours, by Neil Strojan. Recently, while on an early morning trip, taking a family member to work, I started doing something that I now realize I should have been doing long ago. I started saying a short prayer, specifically for every driver of every vehicle I met while on the road that day. I can't tell you what prompted me to start doing that. No loud voice from heaven ordered me to do it. There was no aha moment that told me how important these prayers were. I just started offering them. That's when something changed in me. Most of the vehicles I saw that morning were driven by people I have never met. But at that time of the day, we shared a common goal. We had places to go, things to do, and we wanted to arrive safely at our destinations, complete our assigned tasks, and when our work was done, return safely to our homes and families. Those thoughts led to several others. I wondered how many of these vehicles were being driven by people who were going home after working a 12-hour shift at a local hospital or care home. And I wondered how many others were just leaving home en route to Neepawa, Minnedosa, or Brandon for work. Such daily commutes are a fact of life for a growing number of people in our communities. Then my thoughts turned to those who work in the transport and delivery industries, those who haul product from area farms to markets, and those who deliver goods to businesses in our communities. I was reminded that over 90% of the goods we produce or purchase move from point of origin to destination by truck, and that those who drive these trucks will do everything in their power to ensure that their cargo is picked up on time and delivered on time and intact. They are rural Canadians' unsung heroes. They deserve far more admiration and respect than they currently receive. I said a special prayer whenever I met an ambulance, a police vehicle, hydro truck, or a piece of highway maintenance equipment. I thought of the different times and ways these people risked their lives to keep the rest of us safe, and I prayed that they would be kept from harm and danger while out on the roads working for all of us. As I write these words, another thought has crossed my mind. Offering these prayers is one way you and I can show our love for God and our neighbor. Jesus reminds us that God's great commandments ask us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. One way is to do this by asking God to grant others the same travel we ask Him to grant us. I spend several hours each week in my car, driving from one place to another. Most of my trips are short drives to a store, gas station, or my places of work. Some take me to Brandon, Winnipeg, or points beyond. Before and during every trip, I ask God to keep me safe and protect me from 2 road hazards: wildlife, deer, moose, skunks, etc., and wild drivers who don't change their driving habits to match road conditions. I now offer that prayer once or twice each day for everyone who, for any reason, has to be on the road, whether for work, on a shopping trip, or just enjoying a short drive with family and friends in our community. And I hope that others will do the same for me. And observation by Addie Oberlin. My house looks a mess because I am making cards. The dining room table will hold the end product. Half the counter is filled with machinery needed to cut and press. And what I do not need is waiting on my bed to be put away again. And at another corner where I can watch TV is my selection of wool to make slippers. Maybe this year we can all be creative and make homemade gifts for Christmas. There is so much we can learn to make. I've been blessed that we learn to knit and crochet in school. The TV is full of simple things we can learn to make. Family love to receive gifts that are homemade. Christmas means love. God sent His love to this earth to redeem us from our sin. For God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, that whosoever believes in Him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Surprise someone with a homemade gift. Maybe you love to cook or bake or show your love. Lots of people need some love. Thumbs up and thumbs down. This week, thumbs up to manager Melissa Babcock and staff at Chicken Chef for making our 69th wedding anniversary special. Evelyn and Leona Fisher from Neepawa. Another thumbs up, thank you to the snow clearing crew that came back to Ellen first and cleaned up the terrible ruts that were a hazard after our first storm. By Christine Waddell, Neepawa. And out of Helen's Kitchen by Helen Drysdale, she has goodies. The definite way to spread glad tidings is a box of homemade goodies. She has recipes for company tarts and nut cherry squares. And the Neepawa Town Council of November 16th, 2021 by Casper Wareham. Town Council kicked off on November 16th with discussion of amending Neepawa's bylaws to potentially allow the construction of modular homes near the water tower. The story appears in full in this edition of the paper, which we read earlier. Councillor Parrott expressed that he was pleased with the snow clearing efforts made within the town of Neepawa, with streets being cleared swiftly. He also commended the efforts of members of the community in assisting one another with the clearing of snow from driveways, as snow gates could not be used at that time, and sidewalks. The White Mud Watershed reviewed the past and upcoming year and reported to Council that no further funding requests will be made. The Watershed District is currently funded at $250,000, and that is expected to stay the same. Councillor Gerard, who provided the report, confirmed that a great number of the watershed's projects are ongoing east of Neepawa, and water shortage is on the radar, with grow programs available for producers if they wish to access them. Smaller water retention projects are also occurring west of Neepawa. The CAO of our town provided an update regarding the ongoing Park Lake project, noting refinements to the designs of the dam. The spillway plans have been revised to include a 45-meter spillway in the middle with two 50-meter wide spillways on either side of the main spillway. This is replacing what was initially planned to be a primary 45-meter wide spillway that included a 100-meter wide secondary spillway to the west. Overall final design is being reviewed to consider the change in geometry and is expected to be finalized by the end of the year. Elm tree removals are currently planned for 2022, with 17 elm trees having been identified within the community. The purpose of their removal is to support the prevention of Dutch elm disease. Spruce Plains RCMP report by Corporal Jacob Stanton of the Spruce Plains RCMP. During the week of November 15th to the 21st, Spruce Plains RCMP dealt with 34 police activities. RCMP responded to a report of a suspicious person loitering in the lobby of a business in Neepawa on November 15th. Police attended and gave suggestions to deter this from happening again. Police conducted a well-being check in Plumas and assisted with a trespassing dispute in Bethany. On November 16th, RCMP conducted a COVID compliance check at a residence in Gladstone. All persons were found complying with quarantine regulations. Police responded to a report of a missing vehicle in Franklin. The investigation revealed the property rep gave permission for the vehicle to be removed from the property and no further police action was requested. RCMP received a report of mischief in the municipality of Glenella Lansdowne on November 17th, where fuel tanks were tampered with and damaged. The matter is still under investigation. Police responded to a report of an individual walking on the road in the RM of Minto Odana who was impeding traffic. Police attended and located the individual, where they were arrested and taken into custody until sober. RCMP received a report of a lost wallet in the municipality of Westlake Gladstone on November 18th, where the owner noticed a number of tap transactions that occurred fraudulently with their debit card. The investigation is ongoing. Police also responded to a commercial alarm in Neepawa that was canceled shortly after by the property rep, as it was determined to be false. On November 19th, RCMP were dispatched to a report of assault in Minnedosa. One person was arrested, charged, and taken into custody as a result. Police responded to a disturbance in Minnedosa where all parties were uninjured and there was insignificant evidence to proceed with any further police action. RCMP received a report of an erratic driver in Neepawa on November 20th. Patrols were made, but the vehicle could not be located. Police conducted various proactive traffic enforcement and engaged with several motorists. RCMP received a complaint of a suspicious vehicle parked on the side of the road in Minnedosa on November 21st. Police attended and spoke to the driver who had run out of gas. RCMP conducted 9 traffic enforcement actions during this reporting period. If you have any information about these crimes, please contact your local RCMP officer or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the Neepawa and Minnedosa RCMP detachments advise that they will be limiting front counter services at the detachments and further notice. Looking back, 1961, the Neepawa Air Cadet Squadron was recognized by the town of Neepawa for 20 years of continuous service. Mayor George Ray presented a plaque to P.L. Cottingham, officer commanding the squadron. 50 years ago, November 25th, 1971, the Bill Adams Rink accomplished the dream of all curlers recently. They got an 8-ender, which for the uninitiated means all 8 of their rocks counted. It's kind of like a no-hitter. Mrs. Dorothy Scott will assume the position of manager of the Touchwood Park Workshop in Neepawa. Yep. 40 years ago, November 26, 1981, Mr. and Mrs. William Sawchuk celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. 30 years ago, November 26th, the Neepawa Elks have just 2 weeks to sell 40 apartments to qualify for government assistance in building a seniors apartment complex. The Elks propose building their 6-story apartment complex on the corner of Mountain Avenue and Main Street. And 20 years ago, November 26, 2001, Manitoba ranked 2nd in the country for wildlife protection, but the C grade is nothing to brag about, according to a spokesperson for the Canadian Nature Federation. It's not good news when all the grades in the country are between C and F. To get a C in that crowd doesn't mean you're doing good things or doing things right. Only Nova Scotia with a C+ rating outscored Manitoba. It's All in the Glide by Stu Phillips. One of the first sensations a skate skier gets is the gentle swishing sound as the skis glide across the snow. Another is the feeling of speed, as though something was propelling the skier from behind. The term of skate skiing, otherwise known as freestyle skiing, is the technique used by biathlon competitors with the .22 caliber rifles swung across their backs and stopping to shoot at a target range after each 5-kilometer lap. For the recreational skier, there's no need to shoot, but you can certainly scoot. The informational lexicon used by many of the sport is shoot and scoot. It is, however, a part of Nordic skiing that can be easily adapted by cross-country Nordic skiers, using their existing ski equipment, usually without spending an arm and a leg on new equipment. The new skate ski trails at the Neepawa Winter Park offer a perfect site for this dynamic style of skiing. The trails are wide and groomed, creating a corduroy-type surface that allows enough width of a full glide and the sensation somehow defying gravity as the skater ascends a slope. The trails are enhanced by acquisition of new state-of-the-art grooming equipment, often operated by Muriel Gami, who has been instrumental in the design and upkeep of the trails. Learning the technique is an exercise in retaining your body in a new form of balance. It entails how to balance completely over a gliding ski and return to the other ski in graceful skate motion. One of the questions asked by classic Nordic skiers is, why should I bother to try this when I'm satisfied with skiing in the track? My reply is that it offers a new layer of confidence, regardless of the type of surface you're skiing on. The ability and confidence to step out on a track, perhaps due to an unwanted object on the track, or if the track disappears altogether. It also offers an alternative to those who like to step out their back door and go for a ski and not have to worry about grooming a classic track or brake trail through new snow. I've designed a groomer by improvising an old queen-size bed spring which can be towed behind a snowmobile. However, hopefully it will inspire others to come up with their own designs and open up new activities right outside their back door. Stu Phillips lives in Minnedosa, and he is a former Canadian Association of Nordic Ski Instructors and former member of the Canadian Ski Patrol. And submitted by Kira Patterson, mobile investment specialist working in Neepawa. People in the Neepawa area have a new option when looking for help with financial investments. Marla Steen, who lives in Neepawa, has joined Scotiabank as an investment specialist. While the Scotiabank locations Steen is associated with are in Brandon, she is able to work from a home office so that she can serve clients whenever they are located in the Westman area. We are equipped to be fully mobile and can meet clients virtually or in person, whatever is most convenient for them, Steen explained. I can meet clients virtually in their home or in a branch if that is their preference. Steen joined Scotiabank in August of this year. However, she's been working in the financial sector for over 20 years. She noted that clients don't have to bank with Scotiabank to be able to use her services. Her work involves helping people create a financial plan, advising them on investment strategies, and more. She noticed that a financial plan is important for anyone with goals for their future. There is a misconception that financial planning is only for the really wealthy people, which is not the case, she stated. In creating a financial plan, I work with clients to identify their financial goals. For example, retiring at a certain age, fund children's education, reduce your debt load, really any goal they have, and identify strategies to help them achieve their goals. She helps clients to assess their financial situations, analyze cash flow and debts, track their progress with the plan, and adjust if necessary, and continues working with the clients to help them along the way. She focuses very much on getting to know her clients and working very closely with them. It's the relationship, As an investment specialist, I become the main contact for the client, initially to create the financial plan and manage the investments, but also going forward for any subsequent transactions. Building and maintaining client relationships is most important, Steen expressed. Through Scotiabank, Steen noted that she can offer a wide range of investment solutions for every individual's needs. She works with the business's team of specialists in estate planning, business succession, taxation, and borrowing solutions to help clients with their whole financial picture. Steen shared that her main goal is helping clients feel in control of their financial futures. Anyone interested in utilizing Steen's services can contact her by phone at 204-228-5653 or via email at marla.steen@scotiabank.com. The Neepawa citizens on patrol are here to help make our community a safer place for all. We rely on the dedicated volunteers who work in cooperation with the Neepawa RCMP office and the community at large. We are encouraged that the Neepawa Town Council continues to take a proactive stance on crime prevention and awareness and fully supports the COP program in Neepawa. The Neepawa COP program has been in existence since 1997. The program's goals and objectives are to provide a presence in the community through patrolling in vehicles, on foot, or on bikes, to educate the community on crime prevention through members of the various other province-wide COP teams, and to increase the community awareness on crime-related issues, such as theft, vandalism, auto theft, damage, and driving offenses. Members as the eyes and ears for our local RCMP detachment members. They observe and report criminal activities to the patrolling RCMP members on duty. Ultimately, the Neepawa citizens on patrol hopes to make the community citizens feel safer and reduce the incidence of crime in the community. The Neepawa COP are part of the Provincial Citizens on Patrol program, which provides support and resources to local COP groups throughout the provincial network. Our Community Citizens on Patrol program are currently actively recruiting new members for the program. Any community members interested in joining us in patrolling the Neepawa area can contact Clint McKechnie, Program Coordinator, and for more information, call 204-476-0054 or 204-841-4180 or via email at clint_lois@goinet.ca. Homeowners on their own when a sewer backs up, by Ken Waddell. When a sewer system backs up for any reason, it's a messy business. It can happen if a sewer line is overloaded by flooding or if the sewer becomes blocked for any reason. In a town like Neepawa, sewage blockage have been going on forever, from tree roots growing in the lines, from improper disposal of items down toilets, or from grease accumulations from household or commercial kitchens. As frustrating as it is for property owners to have to clean up the mess, the position of the town of Neepawa, and other towns for that matter, is that they are not liable for sewer backup damage or maintenance of sewer lines from the property line to the main line. The town is not liable for damage, strange as it may seem. A resident of Neepawa had a sewer backup in the past and is still upset that the town didn't come good for damage to his home. He explained in a letter to the editor that the town should be spending money on their 100-year-old sewer lines. He and a lot of other people feel the town should come good for the damages incurred. There are few problems facing property owners. The Public Utility Board says they aren't liable as they only set the water and sewer rates. They have written the resident and said the town of Neepawa policy, as stated in their bylaw, is standard practice in municipality-owned utilities in the province of Manitoba. The Public Utility Board further states that they follow a user pay system. From an insurance point of view, homeowners aren't covered unless they have a sewer backup valve installed in their sewer line. Some homes have it, some do not. Neepawa and Area Planning District Planning Officer Jeff Braun says that sewer backup valves are required at both the building edge and on internal branch sewer lines under a building. Major renovations require sewer backup valves as well. In the situation of the Neepawa resident, the town of Neepawa has said, through their lawyer, that the town is not responsible for damages from a backed up sewer. Until a few years ago, the town would go in upon request from a property owner and roto-root a sewer line. These instances were usually a result of tree roots accumulating in lines to the point that the pipe became blocked and backed up. In more recent years, the town policy changed with approval from the Public Utility Board. The town backed away from the process and property owners were advised to call their plumber. The rules now state that property owners are responsible for maintaining and clearing the sewer line from their building all the way to the main line sewer. Sewer line maintenance insurance is available as an option for household insurance, but is subject to the usual deductible clauses. And by Evan Devereaux, turning to sports, the NACI Tigers defeat Birtle in a defensive struggle. The Neepawa Area Collegiate Institute Tigers have shown this hockey season that they can come out on top in an offensive shootout. Recently, however, the team has proven that they can thrive just as much in a defensive stalemate. NACI goaltender Ryder Finney made 35 saves on Sunday, November 21st, to help push the Tigers to a 2-1 win over the Birtle Shoal Lake Rossburn Falcons. The scoring, though sparse over the course of regulation play, was led by NACI's Jory Kobacki and Lennon Carr. Kobacki would score for Neepawa just 7 seconds into the start of the game on an impressive single-handed effort off the opening face-off. In the seconds, the Falcons replied off a shot from Jess Schwalluck with just 3:15 left in the period. The third period turned into a real back-and-forth battle, with each team trying very hard to find that elusive second goal. Finney and Falcons goaltender Fred Hrykak, however, both shone between the pipes. The game winner would eventually be claimed by Lennon Carr of the NACI Tigers, with 5:39 left in regulation. Dustin Cook and Riley Davey assisted on the play. With the win, NACI improves to a 4-3-0 on the season and have moved into a tie for 6th place, along with Minnedosa and Birtle Shoal Lake Rossburn. The upcoming schedule for the Tigers saw them play at Glenborough on Wednesday, November 24th. Next home game at the Yellowhead Center is set for Friday, November 26th against the Verdun Golden Bears. Start time, 7:30. Neepawa Farmers' regular season record remains perfect with the 3-2 win over the McGregor Wild on Sunday, November 21st. And the upcoming weekend sees the Neepawa Farmers return home to host the Pilot Mound Pilots on Saturday, November 27th. Start time, 7:30. Minnedosa Bombers will also play at home on November 27th against the McGregor Wild, 7:30 start. And Gladstone Lakers will host the Wawanesa Jets at 8 p.m. Casper Wareham reporting the Titans cash draw tickets are selling fast. The Neepawa Titans have been hard at work selling tickets for their annual cash lottery. Sales for the 21-22 lottery began on November 1st, providing purchasers the chance to buy in to win big. A total of 800 tickets were printed this year, with 100 of those tickets being sold in packs of 3, and the remaining number available separately. These tickets are going fast. Ticket sales are brisk, with sales 30% ahead of last year's pace, said Jamie Dembo, Neepawa Titans board member. There's still a good number of tickets available, but people should send in their forms as soon as possible. A total of 6 draws will be made on December 18th during the last Neepawa Titans home game before Christmas. Each of the first 5 will award a prize of $1,000, and the final draw will award a grand total of $20,000. This is an increase of $5,000 from the 1920 grand prize. We made this increase in order to give someone a really good Christmas present, Denbo enthused. With the 50-50 draw continuing this year, that has the potential to ring true not once, but twice. Anyone who purchases a cash lottery ticket can also purchase tickets for the 50-50 draw, for which the maximum prize will be $20,000. This lottery is one of the team's 2 big fundraisers, typically being held in February, and the second fundraiser, the Sportsman's Dinner, held in November. However, Denbo noted that the team felt postponing the dinner until the new year was the right thing to do due to the ongoing COVID-19 situation and resulting restrictions. Hopefully things work out and we can all meet as a sports community at the Sportsman's Dinner next year on February 19th, 2022, said Dembo. If anyone would like to support the team by purchasing a lottery ticket, they can put in an order by calling 431-351-2274 or by printing and filling out an order form from www.neepawatitans.com and mail it to Box 446 in Neepawa. Address your envelope to the Neepawa Titans cash draw. Tickets are also available at every Neepawa Titans home game and at the Neepawa Banner and Press. Here and There, the Carberry North Cypress Langford Report by Gladwin Scott. Voting day in Carberry is Wednesday, December 1st. 7 candidates have been nominated for 1 vacant position on the Town of Carberry Council. In alphabetical order, they are Peter George, Joe Harding, Brad Jones, Bill Kalinowicz, Shauna McKinnon, Debbie Ray, and Samantha Van Dam. As only one person will be elected for a 1-year term, it is hoped the others will run again in the fall of 2022. Voting will take place in the community hall between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Advanced voting will be November 28th. Eligible voters must be Carberry residents for 6 months, Canadian citizens, and 18 years of age by election day. Non-residents who are property owners are also eligible. Cara Burney became the manager of Leisure Services on November 15th, and she is happy and excited for the new position. Cara is a lifetime community member. She's a mother of 5 children who are active in minor hockey, figure skating, soccer, and baseball. She was a former figure skater and now is a competitive darts player with her husband Donnie at the Brandon Legion. She's just completed 4 years as chairperson of the Community Carberry and Area Community Foundation, so she knows where the money is. Her philosophy is to create activities that will attract people to town and retain those who are already here. This writer is a lifelong recreation volunteer as a member of commissions in Carman, Souris Valley, Hartney, Elgin and Souris, Warren and Stonewall, Toulon, and served on 2 government recreation task forces, Conservative and NDP. We have a number of obituaries. I will read the names. Alan McDonald. Great sadness, we announce the passing of J. Alan McDonald at the age of 71 on November 19th. On Tuesday, July 13th, 2021, Thelma Waterhouse entered into rest at the Carberry Personal Care Home. Robert Howard Jarvie passed away on November 11th, 2021 at Rideau Park Personal Care Home in Brandon at the age of 83. Walter Arnold Walker, 3rd child of John and Carolyn Walker, was born on March 14th, 1929, and passed away on November 13th, 2021. Margaret Jean Christine Goretsky passed away November 10th, 2021. And Robert Floyd Bold passed away on October 31st, 2021 at the age of 84 at the Personal Care Home in Neepawa with his family by his side. Neepawa Shop Hometown Contest is now underway. The Neepawa District Chamber of Commerce has teamed up with the Neepawa Banner and Press for the 2021 edition of Neepawa Shop Hometown. This year's promotion features 38 businesses from Neepawa that will be offering shoppers chances to win $3,000 in Shop Hometown bucks and over $4,000 in gift certificates and Neepawa Chamber bucks. Each participating business will have a draw bag and forms to fill out as shoppers can enter to win big at the draw in mid-December. Shop Hometown bucks have to be spent at Shop Hometown participating businesses, and Chamber bucks can be spent at any Chamber member business. The draw will take place December 15th. As shopping shifts back to a shop local format, Shop Hometown provides a perfect opportunity to shop close to home and help the local economy. Participating businesses are listed on this week in this week's paper. Hugs for the Holidays is back for 2021. The community will again have the chance to anonymously brighten someone's day this holiday season. The Neepawa Kin Club and Home Assistance Neepawa District are bringing back a project from last year called Hugs for the Holidays. The program allows community members to purchase gifts for anonymous seniors, and they will deliver them just before Christmas. The organizations are taking nominations from community members of seniors who could use something to brighten up their holiday, along with gift suggestions from the nominator. They will then make up mitten tags with some basic information, including the gift suggestions, which are available at a few locations around the community. People can pick up a mitten tag to purchase a gift for a senior and drop it off with a tag for hand and the Kid Club to distribute. That was submitted by Kira Patterson and submitted by the office of MP Dan Mazer, Member of Parliament MP for Dauphin Swan River Neepawa. Dan Mazer has been elected Chair of the Manitoba Conservative Caucus. On November 22nd, Manitoba Conservative MPs and the Senate met to discuss their shared focus in the 44th Parliament. Included on the agenda was the election of a chair to lead the group. Page of Neepawa hometown. There's all the businesses. And that's the news for Friday, November 26th, 2021. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a great day.